Om. Om. Om.
ॐ शुक्लाम्बरधरं विष्णुं शशिवर्णं चतुर्भुजं प्रसन्नवदनं ध्यायेत् सर्वविघ्नोपशान्तये सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम् ॐ पार्थाय प्रतिबोधितां भगवता नारायणेन स्वयं व्यासेन ग्रथितां पुराणमुनिना मध्ये महाभारतम् अद्वैतामृतवर्षिणीं भगवतीम् अष्टादशाध्यायिनीम् अम्ब त्वामनुसन्दधामि भगवद्गीते भवद्वेषिणीम् यं ब्रह्मा वरुणेन्द्ररुद्रमरुतः स्तुन्वन्ति दिव्यैस्तवैः वेदैः साङ्गपदक्रमोपनिषदैः गायन्ति यं सामगाः ध्यानावस्थिततद्गतेन मनसा पश्यन्ति यं योगिनः यस्यान्तं न विदुःसुरासुरगणाः देवाय तस्मै नमः।
Bhagavad Gita, chapter 15, verse 2. Read.
अधश्चोर्ध्वं प्रसृतास्तस्य शाखा गुणप्रवृद्धा विषयप्रवालाः अधश्च मूलान्यनुसन्ततानि कर्मानुबन्धीनि मनुष्यलोके।
The first verse, the imagery of a people tree to describe samsara was given. And the mula, the main root, was described as above, in the sense superior, that is Brahman. Brahma was shown to be the root of this tree. Now here, the other parts of the so-called samsara vriksha, samsara tree, are being described one by one. Bhasya, read Tassaiva.
तस्य एव संसारवृक्षस्य अपरा अवयवकल्पना उच्यते।
Bas. Tasyaiva, the same samsara vriksha which was described in the verse 1. Apara, 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 avayava kalpan. Apara, I mean different. Different from the parts, avayava, that were described in the first verse, avayava kalpana. It should be taken as avayava sambandhini kalpana. Imagination about other different parts of the samsara vriksha than the one description that was given in the earlier verse. Uchyate is being described now from adha, etc. Take the anvaya. Guna pravruddhaha vishaya pravalaha tasya shakha adhascha urdhvam prasrutaha ad prabhavanti. Ad prabhavanti. Karmanubandhini tasya mulani. Tasya to be added. Karmanubandhini and tasya mulani adhacha anusantatani and bhavanti. No, adhascha, then straight away go to Manushya Loke. Manushya Loke anusantatani bhavanti. Karmanubandhini and tasya mulani adhascha Manushya Loke anusantatani ad bhavanti. Now it has got branches downwards and upwards. Adha cha urdhvam cha. Downward branches and upward branches. And what is the nature of the what is the nature of those branches? Guna pravruddha. Grown on account of sattva guna, rajo guna, tamo guna. And Vishaya Pravala, the tender leaves, Pravala means the tender leaves that shoot from this. What are those? They are called Shakha branches or what? Vishaya Pravala, Tasya Shakha. Its branches are the one which have got tender leaves as offshoots. And such shakha branches, where are they? Adha cha urdhvam prabhavanti. They grow below and above. The branches below and above refers to the embodiment higher and lower. From human up to tree embodiments are called adhashakha, are called lower embodiments. And above up to heavenly embodiments, urdhvashakha. The division is made. Pravanti. And there are further things. Roots, these are branches over there. Now further roots, secondary roots. Secondary roots in the sense of some cause and effect relationship. Even trees have got secondary roots, which is clearly visible in the banyan tree. Hanging down. At times they hang down and go and strike the ground and grow other trees. They say in the Calcutta there is such a tree there. I think in the Dakshineshwar or somewhere. The people tree also not hanging, but some type of secondary roots, maybe on the branches possibly. I don't know. I think so. I vaguely remember something like that. Anyway. So therefore, these roots, secondary roots, in terms of cause and effect aspects. Karma anubandhini at tasya of that people tree samsara vriksha. These entities which are the secondary roots which are born later Anubandhini. Anubandhini means Paschat Bhavini, born later. Namely, this refers to Raga, Dvesha, likes and dislikes, born of our karmas. On account of our karmas, Raga, Dvesha, likes and dislikes are born. So therefore, karma anubandhini tasya mulani. Its roots, which are born later to karma, means born of karma, mulani. They also what? Adhascha. Adhascha, that is below, where Manushya Loke, in the Manushya Loka. Why Manushya Loka is taken there? Because human embodiment is karma pradhana. Freedom to take to new karmas is only in the human embodiment. Whereas other embodiments, whether animal embodiment, etc., or heavenly embodiment, they are bhoga pradhana. They are mainly meant for undergoing the sukha dukkha experiences. Whereas human embodiment, no doubt it has got bhogas. It does have the experience of sukha dukkha, but mainly it is meant for doing new karmas. That is why a human can make or mar oneself. He can evolve or he can devolve. It depends on how one conducts oneself in life. Whether living the life of dharma and aspiring for higher and higher purushartha, or getting degraded by taking to the life of adharma. Depending on that, so whether he evolves or get degraded depends. So karma anubandhini adaha. Manushya loke anusantatani. Anusantatani, they are present continuously. They are always present. Where in antakarana is ragadvesha, are there in antakarana all the time, spread. Let us see now Bhasya. Adaha manushadibhya, read.
अधः मनुष्यादिभ्यः यावत् स्थावरम् ऊर्ध्वं च यावत् ब्रह्मा विश्वसृजः धर्म इति एतद् अन्तं यथा कर्म यथा श्रुतं ज्ञानकर्मफलानि तस्य वृक्षस्य शाखा इव शाखाः प्रसृताः प्रगताः गुणप्रव
Adaha, below. What are those embodiments which are described as below, downwards? Namely, they are manushadibhya. You can add there, they are arabhya, having begun from human, etc., onwards. Yavat, up to. Yavat, up to. Sthavaram, The Stavara body means non-moving body, that is trees. You know the words Stavara Jangama. Stavara embodiments are non-moving ones. Even mountain is called Stavara. Jangama, the moving ones. Trees, creepers, bushes, these are Stavara. Stavara. And Urdhvamcha, beginning from human embodiment up to the embodiments of trees, creepers, and bushes. These are lower embodiments. Urdhvam, the higher embodiments. What are they? Yavat, till, up to. Brahma, Vishwasrujaha, Dharma. Put this phrase in inverted comma. Brahma, Vishwasrujaha, Dharma. It is corresponds to Manusmriti, chapter 12, verse 50. What it means? Brahma. The Brahma here is what? Who is Brahma here? Chaturmukha Brahma. Exalted embodiments. Embodiment of four-faced Brahma, one of the Trinity, who looks after actual creation of Jagat. Vishwasrujaha, Marichi Adi Prajapatis. Then Dharma. Here Dharma is Shariradhari Dharma, embodied Dharma, who actually builds the body, like Yama Dharma Raja, one who executes the law. Yama Dharma Raja. Like such thing, the exalted embodiments, the samples, these are samples. Iti edadantam. That means up to that. Here, a patantara is there. Another reading is actually this is a better reading because it corresponds to Manusmriti. But there is another reading also. It says Brahmana Visvasrujaha Dhama. Brahmana Visvasrujaha Dhama. Here Brahma stands for Hiranyagarbha. Hiranyagarbha, who creates as Virat and Chaturmukha. See, Hiranyagarbha is only the Pratamaja, the firstborn. But he has only subtle body. And the Chaturmukha Brahma is said to be the gross body of Hiranyagarbha. Who creates? Vishwasrujaha, the one who creates the entire Jagat. Dhama, Loka. This way it can be taken, another Patha is there, reading is there. But Brahma, Vishwasrujaha, Dharma, as per Manusmriti, is a better one. Iti etadam. How these upper and lower branches in terms of different embodiments are born? What is their cause? Say, yatha karma yatha shrutam. This phrase you can find in Kathopanishad also. Where in Kathopanishad? Yatha karma, yatha shrita means in accordance with the karma, means their karma phalas. Their phalas, karma phalas. Shrutam means upasanas. In accordance with the upasana. So, these embodiments are in accordance with the results of karma and meditation upasana. See, upasana doesn't mean only those told in the Shastra. Upasana is what? Constantly thinking of something. Even constantly thinking of prohibited things. Things that are shown by, told by Shastras not to be dwelt upon. That is also is what? A bad type of upasana. Seeing pornography or things which are prohibited Shastras, it is also is what? Nishiddha upasana. That also gives result because those samskaras are born and that drags that individual lower and lower level. See, we should be very careful about our intake. Intake not only in terms of the food, but intake in terms of all other sense organs. What you see, the sight is the intake for the eyes. What you hear is the intake for the ears. What you smell is the intake for ahara. Intake is ahara. Food in the sense. What you take, ahara is what that you take inside. What you smell is that what you touch, intake for the what you taste, of course, for the tongue, that's what you eat. See, as far the food is concerned, if food goes wrong, diseases are bound to be there. Actually, many of the diseases are on account of food only. That is why human being is subjected to more diseases than other living beings. Other living beings get disease rarely. But as for human being, because it is a human being only one who eats the artificial food, the cooked food, whereas other living beings, they eat more or less the natural food. For us, taste is more important than the nutrition. To some extent, okay, but taste at the cost of nutrition means getting subjected to diseases one after the other. That's why it is said, if health goes wrong, start with the proper diet, changes in the diet. If that doesn't work, then go for Ayurvedic medicines. Ayurvedic, homeopathy, and such things. naturopathy. And if that doesn't work, then go for allopathy. Of course, surgeries are excluded. Certain surgeries are that they cannot be treated by the medicine. Allopathy. And if allopathy also doesn't work, then only remains sympathy. That's all. What can be done? Pray. In the beginning also you can pray. Recently somewhere I read, of course, it is from WhatsApp University. This WhatsApp University gives good things, useful things. At the same time, just bluff also is there. A lot of bluffs also is there. But few are correct. A person, it seems, got a paralytic attack. And one side was getting numb. Slowly his mouth started, not mouth, face started slowly getting distorted and started affecting the speech. Rushed to the doctor, he sent to neurologist, confirmed brain stroke, hospitalized, and a physiotherapist came, night time. Wife was there. So told, tomorrow morning I'm coming, see that he doesn't sleep whole night. Okay. So now whole night both of them were well versed in Sanskrit. Sanskrit. Then they just they had to pass time. No? They started so just chit-chatting in Sanskrit. In between, the patient was reading Rama Raksha Stotra. Morning, the therapist came, physiotherapist came, and seeing the patient, they surprised, what did you do in the night? Of course, the wife was scared. No, nothing like that. We were just talking, etc. No. You have done something unique. Why? Said, yesterday his face was on the way of getting distorted. Today it has got set right. Then she said, we are talking in Sanskrit, and in between Ramakrishna. She said, she had come with certain these things to put in the mouth so that the distortion is what arrested, etc. She said, my need is not there now. She went. Is something elsewhere also. Talking in Sanskrit also has got some effect on the brain. I have read somewhere, not in the WhatsApp, but elsewhere also I read it. It's a matter of research. But effect of Ram Raksha, yes. During COVID time, a gentleman, he got elderly one, and he was hospitalized, and it was a pretty serious condition. He told his close friend, please do something for me. Desperate, something. And this friend started continuous Ram Raksha Sutra and told the wife of this friend, sit at the head of his and whole night what? You read Ram Raksha Sutra. Morning, this patient sits up with cheerfulness on the bed. This can be very easily verified. Prayers have got such great potency. What the science cannot do, where other means are not adequate, it can help. Of course, at times they also may not, depends on the intensity of one's karmas. That also is there. But wherever it is there, for like this Rama Raksha Stotra, Hanuman Chalisa, not ordinary thing. Hanuman Chalisa. See, we Indians, after this slavery of foreign rule, have lost the sense of what? Trying and finding out new things. We take for granted. We have lost faith in everything, yes, sir. We try. What you lose in reading Rama Raksha Hanuman Chalisa? Result is bound to come. At times spectacular. At times it may not. But your efforts are not going to go waste. They will help you in future. But the present problem is such that its cause is very powerful and your efforts are not adequate enough to counteract that past drag. If you still continue, in course of time, solution can be there. Like long-term diseases. Certain diseases for which you have to take therapy for years. And they do cure like that. There are many factors going that, but prayers can never go wrong. Fine. Okay. So therefore, these are in accordance with the yatha karma, yatha phala, yatha shrutam, in accordance with the results of karma and upasana. And in the context of upasana, so we are seeing that bad upasanas are there. It is very important that our ahara, it's called in Chandogya, ahara shuddhi. Purity of the food means purity of intakes at all sense organs level should be good as per the Shastra. Otherwise, we will be required to pay for it in terms of our degradation. If we take Shuddha Ahara, in course of time, our mind becomes ready to gain Atma Jnana, Brahma Jnana. That's why Chandogya emphasizes Ahara Shuddhi, which nowadays in the modern world, nobody bothers. See anything and everything, listen to anything and everything, eat anything and everything, smell anything and everything, touch anything and everything, and have samsara. Very important thing. See now, you see the scenes of horror. It is bound to bring effect on your mind and all hormones. What is that? The adrenal glands, etc., etc., which is not desired for the body. Why should we? Only because it happens. News. Third-rate people, criminal people, what they say. Nothing about Gita, nothing about Upanishad, nothing about Adhyatma. But all this nonsense they give in detail, and you are habit of reading it. Those who do good for the society never describe. All negative. All this is just human curiosity. The journalism gone to the media and journals has gone to the extent of only attracting more views and more listeners. They mint money. In fact, long back, our former president, Abdul Kalam, he was just, he said, I don't know why this journalism has become so negative. Why not be positive? He gave an example much before he came to limelight. As a scientist, he had to go to Israel for some work. The day he landed, there was bombardment in Israel. Heavy bombardment. By this, Israel means always with these Arab countries, there is a dispute with them, among them. Next day, when he sees the newspaper, nowhere this incident, except somewhere in the in-between pages, a small few lines description. If it were in India and other countries, front line with all disastrous pictures, etc. And he says that day, the newspaper, the front line headings were how a retired person reared up a garden, a public garden, and made it so beautiful and useful to the public. Think of it. If such things can go, we should also do it. Country will be prosperous and great. We are just wasting that time because of catering to the idle curiosities, and this media is fueling it just to make mint money. We should be very careful about that. More so mumukshus. See, many things are going in the countries, which are many things of them are disastrous and not desirable at all. If you are a politician, jump in. And if you can do something, do it. Otherwise, going through this all news, what are you going to do that all the time? Pray for the good of the country, for the good of the people. It will work. You are not doing any service to the country, nor any service to yourself by reading and listening all these things. It become a habit. Vikshepa. I'm talking about the mumukshus. Such a vikshipta mind is not fit for gaining Atma Jnana. What do you mean by Shuddha Antakarana? Shanta Antakarana. Calm mind. Very quiet mind, wherein only our Swarupa can be reflected as it is. See, we should be very careful about these habits which have been taken for granted. We've taken it for granted. You have to now rethink. I'm telling from my experience also, how exposure to this news defiles the state of mind to take to higher spiritual pursuit. Better keep them off. Okay, fine. So therefore, yatha karma, yatha shrutam. What is the shrutam? Jnana, yatha karma, yatha shrutam, Bhashyakara gives jnana karma phalani. Phala, results of jnana. Here jnana stands for upasana. Like vidya word is also used for upasana. Here jnana stands for upasanas and karma phalas. Results of upasanas and karmas. So these are what? Tasya vrikshasya. Also samsara vriksha. Shakhaha. Branches. Bhashyakara says, Shakha iva shakha. Don't try to find out where are these branches. As though branches. Figurative. The figurative description. Imagery. Shakha iva shakha. So that means these are this higher and lower embodiments as a result of karma and upasana are the branches of the samsara vriksha. And so they are prasrutaha. Prasrutaha means pragataha, spread, the spread above and below. Continue Bhasya.
प्रसृताः प्रगताः गुणप्रवृद्धाः गुणैः सत्वरजस्तमोभिः प्रवृद्धाः स्थूलीकृताः उपादानभूतैः विषयप्रवालाः विषयाः शब्दादयः प्रवालाः इव देहादिकर्मफलेभ्यः शाखाभ्यः अंकुरीभवन्ति इव तेन विषयप्रवालाः शाखाः.
So we have seen prasrutaha, pragataha means spread. And these branches are what? They grow on account of gunas. Guna pravruddha. Gunaihi, by gunas. What are those gunas? You know, sattva, rajas, tamobhi. By sattva guna, rajoguna, tamoguna. Pravruddha. Sthulikritaha. Sthulikrita means fully grown. Sthulikrita means become thick, grass, in the sense fully grown on account of sattva guna, rajoguna, tamoguna. And what are these gunas? Upadana bhutaihi, which are the material cause of these shakas. The advaya should be taken this way. Upadana bhutaihi gunaihi sattva rajas tamobhi pravruddha sthulikrita. These branches are fully grown on account of what? Sattva, rajas and tamas, which are their material cause, upadana. And these shakhas have got tender leaves, offshoots coming. Vishaya pravala. Vishaya. What are Vishayas? Shabdadayaha. Shabda, sparsha, rupa, rasa, gandha. They are pravalaha. Pravalaha iva. As though, like the shakha iva, as though branches, so also these are what? Vishaya pravala. As though Vishayas are as though, Vishaya means sense objects. Shabda, sparsha, rupa, rasa, gandha. Are as though the tender leaves of these shakhas, these embodiments above and below. Pravalaha iva. Why they are called like so? Because dehadi karma falebhya shakabhya ankuri bhavanti. From the branches, twigs, and from the twigs, tender leaves come. In places, straight away from the branches, tender leaves come, depending on the type of the tree. Just as from the branches, tender leaves emerge, so also, deha adi karma falebhya. By the results of karma, taken to by deha adi for indriyas. As the result of karma taken to by the body, senses, etc., both sense organs and organs of action, by the shakhas. Ankuri bhavanti eva, as those sprout. Ankuri bhavan, as those sprout. Tena, because of that reason, Vishaya Pravala Shaka. These branches have got the Vishayas, sense pleasures, sense objects, as their what tender leaves. Now, in the earlier verse, the main root of the samsara vriksha, Urdha Mula Vada Shaka. Urdha, superior one. Who is that? Brahma. Now here, secondary roots in terms of cause effect are being described. Continue Bhasya.
संसार वृक्षस्य परममूलम् उपादानकारणं पूर्वम् उक्तम् अथ इदानीं कर्मफलजनितरागद्वेषादिवासनाः मूलानि इव धर्माधर्मप्रवृत्तिकारणानि अवान्तर्भाविनी तानि अधः च देवाद्यपेक्षया मूलानि अनुसन्ततानि अनुप्रविष्टानि कर्मानुबन्धिनि
Stop. Says, the question comes. Second line says, Adascha Mulani Adusantani. A doubt can come. How come? In the first verse, it already told Urda Mula Shakam. The root is already described. Again, how the roots? So therefore, Bhashyakara clarifies. Samsara vrikshasya, of this tree of samsara, figurative tree, the imagery of samsara, paramamulam upadanam, the main cause, as a material cause, that is well. Upadanam karanam. Purvamuktam. Purva means where? Earlier. Where earlier? In the earlier verse. Uktam, already told. Now, atha, thereafter, now, idanim, now, thereafter, now, idanim, karma phala janita raga dveshadi vasanaha. Secondary roots in terms of vasanas, born of karma phalas, giving rise to few things. They are described as secondary roots. Karma phala raga dveshadi. Raga likes, dvesha dislike, adi for kama, desire, krodha, anger, lobha, greed, mada, haughtiness, matsara, jealousy, envy. Adi vasana. Their samskaras are born because of this karma phala. Mulaniva. Why they are called mulas? See, a root gives rise to the plant or the tree. Like this, these samskaras give rise to papa punya karmas. Good samskaras will prompt the individual to take to good karmas. Bad samskaras will prompt the individual to take to bad karma. As a result, punya papa will be born. All started from where? Raga dvesha. They themselves are the effect of what? Karmas. Raga dveshadi vasana samskara mulaniva, as though roots, they become the cause for what? Dharma pravruti karanani. They become the causes of pravruti, pursuit of dharma, punya, good ones, adharma, papa, bad ones, prohibited ones. They become the causes. And they are avantara bhavini. Avantara bhavi means they come into existence in between, means apradhanani, not mukhya, secondary. Avantara bhavini tani adhasya dehadyapekshaya. So they are called as adhahacha, below, with respect to deha adi, because it can be taken later coming to existence. Deha adi first, and then they come into existence. Deha adi apekshaya. Mulani, the secondary roots are what? Anusantatani. Anusantatani, they are present all the time. Anupravishtani, continuously present. Further, their features are told. Read Karmanubandhini.
कर्मानुबंधीनि कर्म धर्माधर्म लक्षणम अनुबंधः पश्चात् भावः येषाम् उद्भूतम् इति येषाम् उद्भूतिम् अनुभवति इति तानि कर्मानुबंधीनि मनुष्यलोके विशेषतः अत्र हि मनुष्याणां कर्माधिकारः प्रसिद्धः।
Karmanubandhini. Anubandha means paschad bhavi, in the sense effect of a cause that comes into existence later. First, there is cause, karana, and from this cause, karana, karya, the effect comes into existence. So therefore, which is born later, that is what paschad bhavi anubandha. So he says, karmanubandhini. Karma, what is karma here? Dharma lakshanam karma. Karma which gives rise to punya and papa. Karma characterized by papa punya. Anubandha, paschad bhavi means effect. Yesham, whose effect of this means they are the effect of this karma. Udbhutim anubhavanti iti. Yesham means raga dveshadi vasana mulanam. These which are the what? Cause, which have got the cause as raga dvesha, the vasana. Udbhutim anubhavanti iti anubandhini. What is the udbhutim anubhavanti? Udbhuti means utpatti, birth. Anusrutya bhavanti. They are born on account of these, what raga dvesha. So therefore, karmas, the karmas which in terms of their results raga dvesha give rise to further phalas. So therefore he says anubhavanti iti means they are born in accordance with the raga dvesha and born later. Tani karmanubandhini. See, karma gives rise to ragadvesha. Ragadveshas further give rise to karmas, determined by the nature of earlier karma, determined the ragadvesha. Ragadvesha determines the future karma. The chain continues. You have to break it somewhere. Tani karma anubandhini means the ragadveshas are something, a product born of karma. Where this is found? Manushaloke, Bhuloke, on earth. Bhuloka, Manushaloka is karma pradhana. It is mainly for putting forth the effort in terms of new karma. As we have seen earlier, other embodiments are only bhoga bhumis, fields of undergoing the sukha dukkha experiences. Whereas this is, beside bhoga, secondarily, mainly for karma. You can make your future, you can destroy your future. Future, not I am talking in terms of career, etc. That is temporary. Future births, which many nowadays are not ready to accept also. Totally cut off from the culture based on Vedas. These things you can find in only Vedas, not in science. Because these are topics, subject matters, which are atindriya, trans senses. Science can operate only in the field, empirical field, which can be perceived. So the difference. Science may have its own role. We don't say no. But Vedas begin where the science ends. See, Vidya, knowledge are two types. As Mundaka defines, Paravidya, Aparavidya. Superior knowledge, Brahmadhyana. Aparavidya, non-superior, not inferior. Because why not inferior? It is required. Science is required. Lower, not non-superior knowledge is required. But it is not the final goal. Aparavidya, non-superior vidya. Both are necessary for a human being, like the two wings of a bird. A bird cannot fly, however strong one wing it has got, and not second wing. So that is why Vedic India was a prosperous India. Those who took to Atmanya Brahmana, they were not frauds for the society. So the top people were seen the best in the society, the world. And being not content with that, they took the higher pursuit. Till then, they are pursuing Aparavidya. They are past masters in the Aparavidya. So we are not against Aparavidya. Our culture is not against the materialistic science, etc. But it only points out that that is not the final goal. You have to progress further. If you want to make the optimum use of human embodiment, because human embodiment is designed for this purpose, not for simply khao piyo maja karo. You may be the most rich person in the entire world, So what? One death will snatch away your entire wealth. And who knows? Next, when the next human embodiment comes, you may be a beggar. All these riches are not going to come to your rescue. Oh, no. This person, the past life owed this. Let us give 1% to him. Nothing. Even a vice chancellor of a university, when he comes in the next future, some human embodiment, he has to start with A, B, C, D, A, E, E, G, M, B, N, 1 plus 1 equal to 2. Where are all those achievements? See, Vedanta tells, please think. Do take to them to the extent indispensable. But that cannot be the goal of life. So therefore, why Manusha Loka is said? Because Bhuloka is the field for this. That the Visheshataha, especially, means why especially? Mainly. Other lokas, some exceptions may be there. But mainly the human embodiment, Bhuloka, Atrahi, on this earth, Manushyanam, to the humans, Karmadhikaraha prasiddha. That eligibility to take to karma is well known in the Shastra. Fresh karmas can be taken here in this human embodiment and not in other embodiment, except some exceptional deities, etc. See, so with this, the other parts of this imagery of samsara vriksha were described. Now, having read all this description, some Mahabhaga may think we have to find out this samsara vriksha. Where is it hiding? My dear, don't think that there is something concrete called samsara vriksha. It's only the imagery Bhagwan is going to tell us. We'll see. Om.
स्वस्ति प्रजाभ्यः परिपालयन्तां न्याय्येन मार्गेण महीं महिषाः गोब्राह्मणेभ्यः शुभमस्तु नित्यं लोकाः समस्ताः सुखिनो भवन्तु काले वर्षतु पर्जन्यः पृथिवी सस्यशालिनी देशोऽयं क्षोभरहितः ब्राह्मणाः सन्तु निर्भयाः ॐ सर्वे भवन्तु सुखिनः सर्वे सन्तु निरामयाः सर्वे भद्राणि पश्यन्तु मा कश्चित् दुःखभाग् भवेत् असतो मा सद्गमय तमसो मा ज्योतिर्गमय मृत्योर्मा अमृतङ्गमय ॐ पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः हरिः ॐ श्रीगुरुभ्यो नमः हरिः ॐ